Yes. We're in progress. We're actually recording it now.
Got it. It even
Yeah.
told me in my ear.
It's about time. All right. We've only been planning on trying to do this for a couple of years now. So we're actually doing it now. So there we go.
We are.
Yeah. Well, how you doing, Brian?
I'm doing great, Cody. Yourself?
Doing good. So, you know, I think it was smart for us to get up at,
Before the
6
sun rises.
before my daughter's rise.
More importantly, yes.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so what do you think about the market right now, man?
I think it's in a position where it could explode right now, or we could still see the sideways action with a little downturn. But I'm thinking it's gonna fight off getting Bitcoin, for instance, is gonna fight off the death cross. We're
Mm.
very close to it, but I really think it's going to fight that off and we won't have the death cross and it's going to continue its slow progression up.
Or what are you
Um,
saying?
so if I pull up my chart real quick, you can see here, you can see how close we are. The yellow line is my 200-day moving average, where the purple line is my 50-day moving average. And you can see how close we are to the 50-day going below the 200, but it's not. And to me, it looks like it's going to make a little turn and fight off that death cross. And we can see all the action we've had since that low of, where it went just below 25,000. And that was what, on almost a week ago, 6 days ago. Since then, I mean, we've gone, let me get my marker here. Since that time, hold on a sec. Sorry about that.
That actually does look really bullish right now, doesn't it?
It
Because
does.
yeah, I mean that's like a classic beautiful W right there.
So if we look just roughly,
Yeah.
from that low till now, I mean, that's gone up almost 8% in the last 6 days, So, and what I think is going to happen is we're going to hit the 200-day moving average and there's going to be some resistance there. So this to me is going to be a key point. If we can bust above that 200-day and 50-day moving average, I think we won't see the death cross. And we'll probably go up to, the 28,000 range. Otherwise, if it bounces off that, we could actually go back down to, 26,000, 25,500, somewhere in there.
Mm.
So we'll just have to see what happens. I think we'll know over the next few days what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, dude, there's actually been some really interesting news. I wanted to show this to you. I've been looking into just like what's happening. Did you see this, by the way? BlackRock.
No,
Yeah, so this came out yesterday. So BlackRock rumored to shift crypto focus from Bitcoin to XRP.
really,
Isn't that interesting?
very interesting.
So this is actually something that I kind of predicted was going to happen a long time ago because I mean, let's take this into serious consideration. Like Bitcoin will always have that decentralized feel. Everybody will respect it for that because there's nothing backing it. But when you got people that are like not only, complying with the rules and regulations that the government puts out, but also beating them in court, like,
I know
that brings like an unbelievable amount of credibility to a crypto asset, I think.
it does.
So
There's,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if people have this thing is it's like the whole Donald Trump thing, not to get all political, but it's just like what they thought was gonna, destroy them ended up making them more powerful.
it
Like
did.
so
And
I don't know.
I see Ripple and XRP having one more little hurdle to get over because the SEC is filing an appeal and trying to fight the
Yeah.
ruling.
Yeah.
So they got to get by that. And if they get by that, then this is groundbreaking because it's making a statement for every other crypto that the SEC may have gone after or companies for security violations. This is a landmark decision where XRP won their case. It's going to set precedents for future cases,
It totally
which is
will.
which is huge for the crypto industry as a whole.
It just makes me wonder, like, because if this actually happens, if BlackRock takes on XRP, what is that? I guess that'd be interesting to see what happens with Bitcoin. I do think that Bitcoin will remain to have, you know, the largest market cap anyways still, because I don't think
Oh,
BlackRock,
definitely.
yeah, BlackRock can't change that. But it does make you wonder though, like the use case of XRP and how that's going to change, or if that's just going to continue on track with what they've always wanted to do with, with centralized banks and whatnot. It's just
So
so funny because it seems like these are two things that are like almost kind of against each other, because you have,
well, it could be. I still think Bitcoin is going to be the huge store of value. It's going to be the new digital gold. So
right.
any large institution or BlackRock or Fidelity, they're going to want to have holdings in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And their customers who they service, they want holdings in Bitcoin too. Hence why they filed for a spot ETF on Bitcoin. I
Yeah.
think they're going to do the same thing with that XRP. But you think about it, XRP is a centralized coin in a sense, controlled. Who really controls XRP? The big banks. So
Yeah.
why wouldn't BlackRock want to get involved with XRP as well?
It makes sense. I mean, and maybe it was their plan all along. They're just waiting to see how things went with court and whatnot.
Right.
But
I'm just going to want to show you something real
yeah,
quick
go
on,
for it.
on
Yeah, yeah.
CoinGecko, just to iterate, how much of a hold Bitcoin has. If you look at Bitcoin's market cap, so Bitcoin's market cap is 516 billion, right? That's almost half of the market cap for all of crypto.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's huge, and then you got Ethereum at almost 200 billion. But when we see Bitcoin percentage of market cap go down, what that's going to be telling us is we're going to be seeing all our altcoins going up. And that doesn't necessarily mean Bitcoin's price is going down.
Right.
If they lose market cap or market share, all that means it could mean is the whole market in general is going up. It's just the altcoins are having greater gains than Bitcoin,
Which is good.
which is great.
Yeah, because and that's exactly what happened right before the Bitcoin halving back in 2000 and where were we? 2017,
2020.
20. Yeah, geez, I'm a couple of
Yeah,
halvings back. Yeah.
you're one cycle behind, Cody.
Yeah, that was like
I mean, I granted, you have young kids, it kind of, gets your time kind of gets lost along the
yeah,
way.
I feel like I feel like there's multiple halvings that take place when you have kids. It's
Oh, definitely.
yeah.
I mean, but let's look at the top 10 while I got it here. The top 10 coins right now that I see, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I don't really look at that Tether as a top coin. Granted, it's a stable coin and it does have $83 billion market cap.
Yeah.
Along with USDC, right? That's 26 billion. So just think about it. There's over $100 billion, probably more if you add up all the other stable coins, sitting there, stable coins, waiting for what? Waiting to buy? They're waiting to buy crypto is what they're
Yeah.
doing. I don't think they would just hold stable coins just to hold them. I mean, they're
No.
not making any money with it, right? It's
Right.
just, it's balanced. It's supposed to be pegged to the dollar. And you can see it. They don't really move. If they move, it might be 1/10 of a penny.
Yeah, but the
way.
fact that you have USD coin, in sixth place, you have Tether in third place.
Right.
I mean, the multi-billions that,
so there's
yeah,
over 100 billion sitting there waiting to buy crypto.
Yeah, exactly. That should be encouraging in and of itself for those of you who actually are wondering, oh, is there ever going to be another bull run? It's like, yeah, because the money's already in the market. They're just waiting to put it in when they want to put it in, which, by the way, I don't understand why they're not doing it now, because
I think a lot of it is big money. So they're waiting. They have their,
they're
they
doing,
look
it's
at
a
the
lot
charts.
less risk to be waiting now. I mean, see, this is something I never like. I mean, I do get it. This is why I love Elon Musk. People like that is because, he just like, boom, he'll just throw it right in and just do it,
Yeah,
but
he will.
but there's probably a lot of institutional investors that are like, no, we're going to wait until we actually see, like, are we golden crossing this thing? Are we actually going to get into an actual bull run? Like, they don't care about grabbing the very, very bottom right here necessarily, but
Well,
I don't know.
realistically, I think, some people could say this right here, back in beginning of January was the bottom of the market,
I think that probably was.
right? And
Absolutely.
look at this from January to the peak now, right? This is Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's
So
80.
Bitcoin from its peak was 80%
It's our
gain.
almost
Even if we
1x. Yeah.
even if we go down to its low, it's almost 50% since the
Right.
beginning of the year. So if you bought Bitcoin down there, you already had a 50% return on your money.
Yeah, but this is why you buy. Oh, by the way, Brian and I are not financial advisors. We should actually state that.
Yes, this
We're
is
not
all.
financial advisors. Don't get excited about buying anything because we said it. You know,
That's
advise
correct.
advise your, talk to your actual financial advisor. This is just for entertainment. So,
In,
anyways,
in our opinions only. So
in our opinions only, yes. Don't sue us.
please don't.
Yeah.
This is entertainment only, not
Yeah.
a financial advice.
Yeah. We don't own Bitcoin. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I might have a little Bitcoin on the side of my own wallets.
Yeah,
But
no, I definitely I think Bitcoin is actually I think Bitcoin's the best thing that you could be buying right now from a conservative mindset. I mean, unless you really do a lot of good due diligence with all the different um altcoins that are out there and whatnot. But yeah, anyways, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you there.
yeah. So anyway, I think my point was made. But yeah, I mean, I was talking about just the gain that we've had since the beginning of the year on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said in a prior video, we're always going to have ups and downs. You can't have one without the other. So it's all the market's always going to be oscillating, but we can see the trend. The trend is up, it's definitely an upward trend. So, and I
Yeah.
think we're going to continue that trend all the way into the halving. Um, could something happen where we have a catastrophic or a large drop like with COVID? Definitely.
Show
But
Brian,
I'm telling,
show us the halving back the last halving and what happened after that. Because
all right.
I think it's really important for some people to see, history and how it's actually continuously repeated itself with these Bitcoin halvings. Because some of these people that are getting into it now are like, I feel like we haven't even gotten to the excitement yet. Like we haven't gotten into the
No,
point where everybody's getting excited. You're bringing in, millions of new people that have not even invested in crypto yet. So it's like, I think it's kind of cool to like share that.
yeah, we haven't even, the halving hasn't, I mean, we're still 7-8 months from the halving,
Exactly. Yeah. So
right?
this is like a great time to be getting in.
So I'm trying to remember when the halving. So some time in here, let me get a little more on my
Hold on, I'm
chart.
gonna figure this out really quick.
I'm not sure when the halving was in 16, but it was somewhere in this area.
So May 2020 was the last one.
All right,
July
so
2016 was the first one. So, and then yeah, well,
all right,
not the first one, but the first. The
right,
2016 was July.
right. So I mean, so roughly here's July 2016, right?
Yeah,
I gotta just look at this one section.
dude, look at that monstrous mountain. It's so crazy. Like
Right,
this was when you and I got started. Like,
right.
I
We
mean,
we got started in the summer of 2016, so
right. We're
it
not
was
even
right at
considered
the.
veterans, but that is like that boom.
So roughly, you could see where it's hard to see, but it was going in July 2000 up to July 2016. It was going up a little bit, but then we had the halving, and then we had a little downside for
Yeah,
probably about a month or so, a month or two.
it was like a
But then you
fake
saw
out
it's
though.
yeah, big fake out, and then you saw this, if you want to call it steady progression from 2000
Yeah,
May 2016 roughly to the peak of 2017, the end of 2017. You can see what a climb that was, and then after 2017 we had this large downtrend where people thought, oh my god, Bitcoin's fake, cryptocurrency's a scam, all of that, and it just pretty much went from 20,000 down to 3,000, in a matter of a year, maybe a little longer. Everybody,
yeah,
even me at that time, I was like, I didn't get rid of my crypto, but I stopped looking at it. I was like, whatever. It's just, I wasn't thinking that was going to go away. I just figured, see what happens, a few years from now. Well, fast forward to 2020 when I started looking at crypto again. We already had a little rise here. Yeah, it was roughly in this area when I started looking at it. In March of 2020 when I started getting involved again and watching it closely, and I caught it at the right time. Fortunately, and I was able
You
to
and I
ride.
both.
And then we had the halving in May of 2020. Right. You can see again, the halving happened. Like it was a build up to the halving, and then we had a little downturn after the halving. I don't know why that happens, but it happened every cycle. After
Yep.
the halving, Bitcoin goes down. But then it's only short lived. And then you can see what happened in 2020 and 2021. It went all the way up to, people thought that was the top, but it wasn't. And we had this, few month period where it went down. I think that was COVID, the
Yeah.
COVID issue. And people were like, oh my God, crypto's going to die. I didn't think it did. And I didn't think it was going to. And it definitely didn't, because that's when we had that big run where Bitcoin peaked at 69,000. But here's the cycle again. We're going down again. And now I think we've hit the bottom again, and we're building up to the halving. We're going to have the halving. We're going to have a little drop, and then we're going to go skyrocket. And I really think we could see the Bitcoin all-time high triple. I really think we could see $200,000 Bitcoin, by the summer of 2025.
Yeah.
Because look at the growth, from 2017 all-time high, 20,000, and granted, that's, 4 years, it went up to, over 3 times its cost. But we didn't have big banks. We didn't have these BlackRocks and Fidelity and all these companies trying to get Bitcoin ETFs, spot ETFs, because they have trillions of dollars under investment and their customers want Bitcoin exposure.
Yeah. So
if they felt it was too risky, they wouldn't be filing for these ETFs. If they thought Bitcoin was going to crash, they wouldn't be getting involved. They're smart. That's why they're large corporations managing trillions of dollars.
Yeah. And that's going to bring in a massive amount of confidence to, just the background industry anyways, let alone, moms and pops and everything. Because that is a huge asset manager that's going to be taking on. And that's why I'm just really curious how that's going to go. Is like, what does that mean for Bitcoin? I think it's positive. It's going to actually cause Bitcoin to be a good thing. And, I had to delete one of these videos that I recently uploaded about different candidates for both parties in the United States of America that are running for president and whatnot. But there's a lot of people that are actually wanting to push cryptocurrency. It's crazy for both parties.
Oh, definitely.
And this is the first time ever. We've seen some presidential candidates push cryptocurrency and kind of endorse it and whatnot. I mean, you have President Bill Clinton was going to different crypto conferences and stuff. You've seen, but this is like the first time that you've seen a lot of people do that. I think that's really fascinating.
It is. And there's actually quite a few politicians that have crypto holdings.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Even Donald Trump has crypto holdings. That came out last week or a couple weeks ago. And It wasn't, for him, it was just because he was, I guess, trying to buy different lines of ETFs and whatnot.
So he needed cryptocurrency to do it.
Yeah. But it doesn't change the fact that he still disclosed that he had $250,000 to $500,000 worth of crypto assets in a wallet. And now, that's probably nothing to him. Obviously, the guy's a billionaire, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still legit. I guess you could argue it's no different than Justin Sun from, former Tron guy giving money to Warren Buffett. Like just
right.
Oh, hey, Warren Buffett's held crypto,
I forgot about that. That's right.
It's probably no different than that. I don't know. But I think honestly, Donald Trump is not to get all political here. It sucks I had to get rid of that whole video that I put out. But I think that he's just trying to get the votes of the people. And so if he
Oh,
talks about
definitely.
crypto, that's not going to give him more votes. It'll give him more votes to talk about the US dollar. I think that that's the strategy there
Right.
ultimately.
He wants the US dollar to be king, right?
Right.
US dollar has always been king. Everything's been based off the US dollar, for the global economy.
Right.
And he wants to keep that.
Right.
And
Exactly.
he's afraid if crypto takes over, a lot of the financial infrastructure and replaces the dollar, he's
Right.
going to lose money.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and at the end of the day, Donald Trump's going to do what's best for him.
So look at this.
My opinion.
I agree with you 100% on that. And which means that once, crypto, or I'm sorry, once BlackRock actually takes on ETFs and whatnot that are supportive of cryptocurrency, I wouldn't be surprised if he shifts his focus to being like, oh yes, endorse it. It's great. It's huge. It's big. I made it myself,
Good impression, Cody. Good
Thank you.
impression.
Yes, thank you. So, dude, look at this. Look at this fear and greed index right now. We're sitting at like, what is that? That's closer.
So it's
to
increased. The fear used to be higher. I mean, or
Yeah.
lower. Yeah.
Yeah. Sitting at 11 o'clock there.
And what
It's
does
not
Warren Buffett always say? When there's fear in the streets, that's when you buy. And when everybody's greedy and wanting to buy, that's when you sell.
Right.
Right. And Warren Buffett's done pretty good in his life following those rules.
He has yes. So actually, I'd be curious. I haven't really seen if he's changed his opinion on anything regarding cryptocurrency. I don't think he has.
Probably not.
But yeah, that's another thing. These older guys just don't, I don't know. They're smart, so they do understand. But there's a piece of me that wonders if they really are kind of ignorant to what this is actually going to be doing for everybody.
Well, I'm not sure if they are or not. I have a friend of mine that's done very well just trading, following kind of the Warren Buffett roadmap type thing.
Yeah.
And the big thing is they look at the value of the company. Are they underwater? Are they cash flow positive? They look at the P&E. They look at a lot of different signals of the company being a solid company making money. And most cryptos, I think, right now are new startups, and they're just, they're probably their balance sheets are probably negative right now because they're trying to grow. It's much more volatile. He's not getting involved with volatile, stocks or cryptos or anything like that. So I wonder if that has a lot to do with it. But you notice the longer longevity promotes security or whatnot. Like Bitcoin's been around now for 10 years.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? It's been around for 10 years. That's so crazy to think about.
Right. So.
And it's going to feel like it's brand new to so many people.
So just think 10 years from now. So in 10 years, it went from, what, maybe 1/1000th of a penny.
Yeah.
To right now, today, it's like $26,500 a coin. And I had a friend mention Bitcoin to me back in 2013. He's like, hey, what do you think about this cryptocurrency, Bitcoin? I'm like, what are you talking about? I had no idea. And he told me a little bit about it, how you could mine it and whatnot. Man, I wish I would have listened to him and got involved back then.
Well, dude, the fact that it's
but we're still early.
I will never forget this, dude. Like when you and I we started that investors group back in 2016, 17 or whenever. Like I will not forget this, that we were looking at Bitcoin when it was like below $1,000. And we're just like, and it's like, some people are like, yeah, I was looking at it when it was like $5, but like the point is like, people are upset that it's at $26,000 right now. They're upset about that. Yeah. There are people who are just, and I think that's silly. I'm like, dude, it's actually, this is great. Just like, I don't know. It's just so funny to me that maybe it's just, you finally build like a not so worrisome thick skin after going through a couple of bear cycles.
Yeah. Like when it dropped down to below 16,000 not long ago.
That was just exciting.
It was, I was so excited. I'm like, I'm buying as much as I can right now.
Right. But I had so many people in my life that were just like, crypto's dead. And I'm like, crypto's dead. What are you talking about? It's at $16,000 back in 2017. If it was $16,000, I'd be like, peeing my pants from excitement because
I know.
it was insane that it went to that.
Just the other day, I talked to someone about cryptocurrency, and the person said, "Oh, isn't crypto dead because of FTX and SBF?"
No.
And I was like, "No, it's not dead. That was just like one bank failing.
Yeah,
It's
no.
so far from dead."
That's like
That's
that's
the
no different
perception
than
some
saying
people
that.
have.
Well, that's no different than saying, okay, that huge bank in Silicon Valley that failed. It's like, oh, is the US dollar dead now?
Oh, is the U.S. banking system dead? It's
Yeah,
the
is the
same
US
thing.
banking system
I was
dead?
like, that was just one exchange.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
You
if
know?
anything, it's actually just going to get stronger because there will be more regulation, which, by the way, in my opinion, regulation is only going to make crypto even more exciting and bullish.
Definitely.
I'm not saying that I'm for all these regulations. I'm just saying that when you start bringing in regulation, that brings in more trust. When you bring in more trust, people actually get more involved. And that's just, the decentralization concept is not going to bring more people in ultimately because
No.
people are more dependent. I mean, I don't know the actual statistics here, but realistically, I'm throwing out arbitrary numbers here. You got like 90% of the world is dependent, so they're going to look for the dependent projects that are going to have trust, which is why I think XRP is going to be a massive thing if it gets an ETF or whatever through BlackRock,
Right.
because centralized banks, people are going to be like, oh yeah, whatever. I mean, just dude, people are like zombies. There is nothing about, people wanting to set up their own safes and putting their own assets into those safes. They want to put them into the banks.
They want it easy.
Right. They want it easy, which is that's dangerous because you see what that gets you FTX problems. That's
you give
not
up control.
Problems. Right. That gives you government problems. I hate it, dude. Oh man, I'm gonna go off on a tangent. I should probably be careful, but I just
so that's why until and there's a lot of companies, crypto companies, and people working in the background to try to make it user friendly for everybody. Make it a one-click deal. You go here, you click on it, and boom, there's your wallet. You can do transactions back and forth. We're getting there. But we're still a ways from making it easy for mainstream America.
Yeah, 100%.
Right now, I probably have, 10 different wallets. I have accounts on multiple exchanges. And you need to right now to get, like I look at some of these new altcoins that are long shots. They might only have a $10 million market cap. But if they have a strong case and they're trying to solve a real problem that affects millions and millions of people, there's a chance they could, do something. And I look at, backing those new companies in a sense.
All right. Give me your top 3 altcoins.
Oh boy, my top 3 altcoins.
Yeah. And while you're pulling that up, I do want to talk with people. It probably is smart for us to tell people what the halving is, or people know what that is, right? We don't have to get into that.
Yeah. I guess my top 3 altcoins, of course, is CFG.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna let you. Well, here, I'll just go ahead and I'll look this up while you're talking. Go ahead.
Right. CFG.
Yeah, I know. Video
is one. I like Atom. I think is a very strong altcoin. This is hard because to pick just 3. Huh.
Well, yeah, just your top 3 for now. And by the way, your top 3 can change.
Right.
It's so not right like now, it has to be this way.
I'm going to go by my top 3 by performance right now. So Teller, TRB is right now one of my top 3 because I'm going to pull up Teller on the chart and I'll show you why it's my top 3.
So it's at $39 right now. Right. 17% increase on the day, dude.
So look at go ahead and change that to like a 7-day chart right now. What you have just right in the middle there.
Okay.
See the 1 day. You see where market cap is to the right of your mouse. Go to the graph. Put your mouse on the graph.
Here, I'll let you. Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry. Yeah.
Just click the 7-day.
Yeah.
Look what's happened in 7 days.
Yeah.
Right.
That actually looks
peaked
really...
at 40 something, but look where the price was earlier.
Yeah, it was back up $44.
Right, but go back 7 days prior.
Oh, hold up a sec. I got my children just came in the room.
That's fine. I'm going to pull up a chart real quick and then I'll just show you. So, and I'm holding on to it. So TRB Teller came out right before the bull run.
Hey, Brian, I'm gonna let you just talk for a bit. Hold on one sec, because
Okay.
I gotta take care of the girls. Hold on.
Yeah,
Just keep going.
sure. So TRB Teller, I'm going to pull up the chart right now. So this came out, like I said, probably roughly 2021. Before you could see it came out at almost right before the peak of the bull market of 2021. So it came out, it was like 160, $169, somewhere in there. And then we can see that. Sorry, let me get the chart set up here a little bit. We can see where now over the last, I'm going to change to a daily wick. We can see over the last, really the last 2 weeks. I mean, back in, this is we'll call it 3 weeks ago. The price was roughly just under $12 a coin. And here we are now. The price is, up around $40 a coin. So that over 3x in 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks. That's crazy what TRB has done. And it's like Link. It's more of a layer one type coin. Let me pull it up here on CoinGecko. So this would be my third favorite altcoin right now, just for the fact of how it's moving. I foresee that Teller at some point is going to at least get back to its all-time high when it first came out. So another thing great with CoinGecko is I can go here, look at the different websites like Teller.io, the protocol. It's an Oracle protocol. It's like Link, so there's a lot of info that you can look up just from CoinGecko. I could also go here. The community, they're on Twitter, Discord, YouTube. So there's so many different things that you pull from CoinGecko. And also some people like CoinMarketCap as well. It's another good site. But it's definitely moving. I mean, we had such a huge uptick in the last, couple of weeks that I can see this is going to retract. But where is it going to retract to? My guess, we might see it go back down to around $20, $23, $25. But I think TRB is definitely on its way back up towards its all-time high over the next year and a half, which the all-time high is, I was telling everybody, Cody, with CoinGecko, you can see where the all-time high is, $161 back in May, roughly when it came out. So it came out right, towards the, end of the bull market. So what's crazy, if you had bought at its all-time low and you sold it like right now, not even at its all-time high, you would have had a 400,000% gain.
That's insane.
So that's a 400x, or is that more?
Crazy.
So
the fact that those kinds of increases even exist. I know you're pulling out your calculator too, aren't you?
You can hear it.
I don't know. I'm just pulling out mine. I feel the calculator is going on now.
So 400,000% times. Well, just say
1,000, or let's just say $100.
$100 times 400,000% equals. That can't be right. I got to do it again. It said $40 million. That can't be right.
I think
100 times.
I think that's right.
400,000%. It's breaking my calculator. I gotta try a different one.
Yeah, try a different calculator. That one might be broken, right?
Yeah, the number was too big. 400,000%. So that's a 4,000x times, just say $100. So $100 would have turned into 400,000. So if you put $1,000 into it at its all-time low, and you just sold it today, that $1,000 would have been 4 million. That just blows my mind.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And this happens all the time in crypto. But you got to be careful because, I mean, there's, if we look at,
it's a good return on investment.
oh my gosh, right? I'm going to refresh my CoinGecko. It's moving a little slow. Right? How many coins are there? I'm trying to find out. They usually have a spot.
So just on the 7 day, it's already up basically close to 75%.
Oh,
just on the 7 day, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was buying some of the TRB back when it was, between $10 to $15. So,
but it's up 236% on the month. So this thing is just like
cranking
crazy. Yeah.
But Teller is one of my long-term holds, being long-term holds, 2 to 5 years, so I'm holding on to it at least till the peak of the next bull market. We'll see where we're at.
Well, the nice thing is people can actually buy it on Coinbase. So
yes. Yep.
That's like a really nice thing, is that because a lot of people are just like, well, all I got is Coinbase. Well, here's your opportunity.
Right. And if you're not sure where you can buy a cryptocurrency, and I kind of went over this in my other video real quick, like TRB, if you weren't sure where you could buy it. And like I said, if you don't like CoinGecko, another good site is CoinMarketCap. So you can go down here, scroll down here, you'll see where it says markets, click on markets, and then you just scroll down and it'll tell you all the exchanges or dexes like Uniswap and whatnot, where you can get TRB, and it'll give you the trading pair. But look at TRB. It's everywhere,
Yeah, it's
I would just stay away from any exchanges or dexes that do not have a green rating for trust score.
Yeah.
If it's yellow or red, stay away from it. Something shady is going on with it.
I know KuCoin's, we got out of that, but I guess that's still in the green though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just KuCoin. As U.S. citizens, we're not allowed to use KuCoin.
Right.
Because they probably haven't met the U.S. government's regulations that they want them to do.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But KuCoin is making everybody do KYC now. But if we as a U.S. citizen try to enter in your info, it won't let you.
Yeah.
It'll say you're not authorized to use their exchange.
Yeah.
Same with Binance. That's why Binance.us was created, to meet, I think, U.S. regulations for exchanges. So
initially,
yeah. But anyway, Coinbase is my favorite exchange. So usually if it's on Coinbase, there's definitely legitimacy to the cryptocurrency, and it's
it has maintained the greatest reputation. It's been Coinbase. It truly has. I mean, it's as far as leaving assets on an exchange and not a hard cold storage wallet, that's a sweet place to be. But Brian, man, I got to go be a dad. So
yeah, great. It's fun.
This was fun. I mean, this was a good first video, I think, for
Definitely.
us to, yeah. But guys, we're going to be doing this every Saturday. I think, is that what our plan is? We want to
every Saturday morning, just we can go over what's gone on the past week, what we see, what's going on in the future, next week, whatever.
And I'm kind of thinking it's just going to be
headlines.
Yeah. And it'll just be raw, maybe unedited. I don't know. I don't mind that.
Like today.
Yeah. Why not? So, all right. Well, dude, thanks so much for doing this, man. I guess we'll stay in contact. And any idea what's your next coin? I'm going to be putting out your video, by the way. I've been having some rendering problems.
That's fine.
But
I'm thinking my next coin I'm going to discuss probably Monday morning. I'm going to probably go over Bitcoin in depth, what's happened over the last week and things like that. And then probably Friday, I'm going to go ahead and put out a little video on my next altcoin. So the difference between cryptocurrency, like you'll hear Bitcoin and then altcoins. So we have Bitcoin and every other coin is an altcoin.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
so I'm going to do probably a little video on Litecoin,
Yep.
which has been around for a long time. So definitely have some fun little bits of information I'm going to be going over during that video.
Awesome.
Of course, I'll do price projections of my personal opinion, but I got some other things I'm going to talk about with Litecoin, which makes me feel like it's going to be around for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, and I believe it will too. I mean,
Yep.
it's one of those proven coins that
It is.
Ethereum, Bitcoin, those three have been just like the top dogs
Yep.
in trust. So awesome, man. Well, dude, until then.
Likewise. Have a great weekend, Cody. Talk
Yeah,
to you
too,
soon.
man.